Welcome to the show.
Hang-a-dunga.
People are not, they don't instantly jump on this when it's live, but if you are seeing this live, Simon and I have already, as usual, been talking for like 4 hours.
Yeah, we don't even really have anything else to say.
That needs to, I'm telling you, that needs to be a set, even if it's not like two guys that don't know shit about politics talking about politics for
Yeah.
3 hours and just upload it.
Oh, I mean, that's a popular genre.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
You mean all of the news?
yeah, yeah. Every dude that doesn't know shit about politics voicing their opinions loudly.
The only difference is we let you know ahead of time.
Yeah. Hey, we don't know shit. Don't listen to us. We're just being loud.
Yeah, we're just trying to make it through the day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did an episode last week where I did. It was like only 16 minutes though. I did like a TMNT. I did one of the. I do it every now and then on Twitter. I do a uh, ask me any TMNT questions, and I ask them. We'll have to do it with you and I together because there's some questions that I would love to hear your answer on.
Hmm.
So next time maybe we'll do it in a few weeks. Like I said, I do it whenever I have a slow, slow content day online because I'm like, that's easily however many questions. Like that's multiple tweets that I can make based off of Ninja Turtles. I can talk about that all day.
Yeah. What's gonna stir up the nerds?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the simplest stuff, man. I posted a picture the other day that was like, you know, those images where it's like four pictures and it's like one has to go.
Mm-hmm.
It was Power Rangers, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Next Mutation, VR Troopers, which I think I've maybe seen 2 episodes of that, and Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Mm.
And my caption was, "Get the hell out of here, Power Rangers!" Just
Yeah.
because obviously, obviously, people are going to be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" People surprisingly said Beetleborgs, and that honestly, I loved that show.
Beetleborgs was strange,
It was
but I liked
very
it.
strange.
I liked it too, mainly because it was so out there.
Yeah, if you take away the weird haunted house aspect of it,
Honestly, I like the haunted house. I think if you get rid of the Jay Leno ghost,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. The haunted house thing was weird. It's like, what is this show?
yeah, it was just a weird like I don't know. It really had nothing to I don't know. You're right. Maybe we should rewatch that and react to that because that was a
No,
fucking random show.
yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Like every show is suffering now. Even shows that I like, I would be working on pictures and have the 2003 Turtles on, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you know, I want to
some
like
of it
this.
is. Yeah, some of that is not good. Some of it is. I've recently started rewatching it, and some of it is really good. Um, but there's a lot of no, as there's most things in my life. As I
I
try to be an optimist.
I think that yeah, I just have a like low threshold for things that are deliberately written for children, and
Yeah,
like there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody likes cartoons. There's plenty of that stuff out here. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just like my threshold is like, oh god, like I just it's obviously this is made to sell toys, and I'm just not into it right now.
yeah. I mean that's all the 1987 show was, and people love that. They say it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, yeah. Also,
Not good.
not great.
Not good. I appreciate it for what it was, for
Yeah,
sure. Huge
yeah,
part of my childhood.
absolutely.
Still stand by the first 5 episodes being top tier turtle stuff.
Top tier turtle stuff.
Everything else, blah.
Yeah, take it or leave it.
Slop is what the kids say.
Slop.
Turtle
Something new.
slop.
Turtle slop.
Another
Turtle,
another podcast. Another
turtle slop.
podcast
Total
title.
milk.
All right, let's kick this thing off. Welcome to another episode of Wednesday Toast, a podcast about comic book stuff where we talk about all kinds of comic book related stuff. My name is Lex, and I'm here with my co-host, Simon Toast. What's up, man?
Hellost. That doesn't
Perfect.
work.
I missed you last week. I mentioned in the episode that it was a weird week with just existing in the world in general.
Yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it.
Yeah, and it was Father's Day, so I was busy being doted upon by my family
It's just
for all of 30 minutes.
banana leaves fanning you and stuff.
Yeah, so it was just a weird week. I did squeeze one out, so there was an episode.
What?
An episode.
What?
I squeezed an episode out.
Squeezed a quick episode out.
Yeah.
15 minutes, yeah, that makes sense. 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Squeeze
I'm in my late 30s, man. 15 minutes is Olympic level athlete.
I mean,
This week on this episode of the podcast, part of me automatically wants to just start talking about Fantastic Four stuff, Superman stuff, and in the oncoming weeks we will be talking about that. But I didn't want to, not too soon. You know what I mean? We still got a couple of weeks away till we hit that July movie marathon with Jurassic Park. I don't know when the last time I saw a Jurassic Park movie in the theaters.
I don't know why it still exists.
Yeah,
To be
people are like,
honest.
it's gonna be the biggest contender at the box office because that's all people care about nowadays when they go see
Yeah.
the movies. What
I
the
need
box
to-
office is.
Yeah, I need to fund the machine.
Yeah, right. I know where I'm putting my money into. I couldn't tell you when the last time I saw. I don't know if I have ever seen a Jurassic Park movie in the theaters.
I definitely didn't see the first one. I don't.
No.
No, I can't say that I've seen the second or third.
I don't know if I have. It's quite possible that I did, but yeah, I don't know. They're always just fine to me, and I get that there's a market of people that like dinosaurs.
I like those. I like dinosaurs.
And that is kind of hypocritical for me being excited for a man in his underwear with a cape on flying around the city.
Hey, but that's different.
Yeah,
That didn't exist.
I like dinosaurs.
Oh my god, that's so
I
good.
really don't think I'll be seeing that one in theaters, especially when movies are $95.
I'm gonna be chuckling about that one all fucking day. I like dinosaurs.
So, I like him as much as the next 7-year-old. So I'm excited to see what kind of amalgamate. That's what it is now. They have said
Right.
It's no longer like we did the T-Rex thing. Now we're gonna make Z-Rex, and it's scarier than a T-Rex.
Yeah, it's got more tude.
Yeah, it's got gills. It can breathe underwater, and it has real arms instead of those tiny T-Rex arms. It has
well,
4 arms.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, it's like the. I don't know what. I don't know what they call it, but it's like the hybrid Rancor looking thing. Doomsday.
Who's funding this, man? Who's funding these? Who's creating? Why would you create dinosaurs? I get it that it's like cool,
Speedy Wong, man, he's in it now.
but after a certain point where tons of people get, especially the one where the dinosaurs escape onto the mainland, they're like flying and the pterodactyls are swooping people up. Shut it down.
Yeah, that was the last one that I've seen, and I owned the second one, but I saw a clip of one of the brontosauruses or whatever, like with the explosion behind him. I was like, oh, too sad. I don't want to watch it. I like dinosaurs way too much to watch this guy.
Yeah, right. What is the Jurassic Park where it's a mix of like Night of the Museum, and it's just the skeletons come to life,
Okay, yeah,
and then Jeff Goldblum is fighting them with Ben Stiller.
I like that.
Crossover movie. I'd watch that.
Just a bunch of neurosis.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate to be the person that says, and we'll talk about this in a couple of weeks, but I hate to be the person that says nothing's better than the first one, but
Nothing is better than the
doesn't-
first Jurassic Park.
it doesn't scream Jurassic Park doesn't scream, we need 10 of these.
Yeah, it's a weird franchise for
What
sure.
is it about dinosaur movies? Land Before Time, 87 of them. Jurassic Park, 55 of them. Just keep them going. Gotta keep these dinosaurs alive. We don't want to erase the history.
We need something to raise our children. All right, so that's why the Land Before Time exists. That
That's
they're
true. It was the early iPad.
yeah,
Put that on and ignore your kids.
dude. I was at Target or whatever, and there were some iPad kids running around. Man, it's like no R's were spoken.
Yeah, we go to this place pretty close to it's like a regular spot that my wife and I go to, and our kids go with us sometimes. Uh, but we went in for like a lunch date a few weeks ago, and this couple was there with their kids, but they were sitting at the table. Wife and husband were talking, and the kids had their iPads in front of gigantic iPads in front. I've never felt more poor. Gigantic iPads in front of their face, and they had headphones in, and I was like, "This is the most disconnected image I've ever seen in my life."
Yeah, wow, rough.
I won't lie to you and say that my kids don't have iPads, but like
You,
I have had a conversation with my children at least once this year. So.
yeah, you talk to them. That's good.
Jesus. We have a no headphones rule. You can veg out, but you can't block out the rest of the world. All right.
So y'all are the kind of people that have like the music on speaker.
It's because it's like I can't fuss at my kids for being iPad kids, and I'm like zoned out playing Fortnite or something.
Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to leave me alone.
1 second. That's not what we're talking about in this episode. Sorry for you dinosaur fanatics out there. I'm sure Jurassic Park will be fine.
Yeah, there's a place for you somewhere.
On this week's episode, we are talking about the recent announcement of a new Marvel and DC crossovers. First time in 20 years. I have been a huge fan of I just like crossovers in general. It's a novelty, and I know people are anti-novelty, but I'm a sucker for it, man. You know, anytime.
I like keychains.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan. That's why I think one of the reasons why I like Ninja Turtles so much is because they cross over with every franchise. And I remember being a kid and them crossing over with Power Rangers, and I was like, "This is it.
That yeah.
Nothing will ever be better than this."
I also am like a huge sucker for crossover. I remember the commercial for this is kind of off the subject, but for Super Smash Brothers, the first one, and they are like jumping in the field in their costumes and they start fighting. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. This is the best thing that has ever existed.
Yeah, I'm a huge sucker for it, man. And growing up, I remember Marvel Marvel versus DC was just a big deal to me, and I don't really know why. I just think it's cool. Some of my favorite characters from both different franchises just punching each other. It's like action figure stuff. Like you're clapping your action figures together.
Bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
And so it's the first time in 20 years. Really excited about them finally working together again. It was pretty common for them to do it back in the day, and then I would assume corporate greed. I'm sure there's a story behind it, but there's this sort of war between the two. People have to pick a side. That's just human nature, is what I'm learning. So that you have to have DC fans, you have to have Marvel fans, and one has to be better than the other. It doesn't work.
West Coast rappers. You remember that Sprite commercial? That's one of my favorites.
It's just you have to have a winning side, and I think Marvel and DC use that as an opportunity to sell more books. And not that it was effective or if that was even a real marketing strategy. It's just sort of what it felt like.
It's like Coke and New Coke, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And so they haven't had a crossover since the Avengers JLA book in 2004. So it's been a long time coming, The people need a new amalgam series. I don't think they'll ever get to that where they're crossing over that much, where they're just combining their characters again, but a man can dream.
That would be really, I feel like with modern artists, I think the would be really cool. I would also
And
say that.
there's a group of people out there that don't like modern writers either. They have the woke mind virus and all those people that just claim that they're shoving the woke nonsense down their throats. But I think that writing in general, overall, is just better than it was in the 90s.
Yeah, I
And
think that reading is woke. I think that's what the issue is that
yeah,
if there are
yeah,
words on a page,
yeah.
it's woke.
And and you have those hardcore fans that are like the 90s. Comics haven't been the same since the 90s, where you have
Right.
Witchblade, you can almost see your nipple, and it's just you
Yeah.
just need those comic books, the hot ladies and buff guys.
Oof.
No
Give it to me.
emotional
Straight into my
no
veins.
no emotional depth. Just chains and fire and badass dudes smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. And like weird symbiotic things of some sort.
Yeah, yeah,
Love
yeah.
that. Gotta have
Yeah.
oozy stuff.
Yeah, we need more of that. I just think comic book writing in general has gotten better, and that's just as time goes on, people you would hope get smarter, and the craft gets
hmm Keep open.
yeah, yeah, right.
Keep
The
open on those
craft
smart
gets
people,
good.
man.
The craft gets sort of fine tuned, and I in general think it's gotten better. And so modern writers and modern artists with some amalgam books and crossovers like this, I'm just really excited to see what they do. Now, I hate to be the person that like asks for something, get it, and be like, meh,
Mhm.
not what I asked for.
Yeah.
But the first book announced was Deadpool, Batman. I think two one shots. I don't think they're connected, but surely they're connected in some capacity. And the first one is written by, oh, I should have had this pulled up. The main story is written by Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo, which is everyone loves him as a Batman artist. I think he's great.
hmm
Um, Zeb Wells, I feel bad for Zeb Wells. He gets so much hate online. He's a Spider-Man writer, and people just hate his Spider-Man run. They just absolutely hate it, and he gets he gets so much hate online. It's almost unfair. So hopefully this is a redeeming thing for him. Hopefully people love Deadpool and Batman.
If he
I'm
breaks the
not a
fourth
huge
wall,
I'm not a
that's all
huge
you
fan of it.
need.
And I think the second book is written by Grant Morrison and illustrated by
Morrison Grant.
I don't know. I had it. Sorry. I will
Wait,
edit this out and post.
the second book, what?
So there's two issues. There's Batman and Deadpool. There's like two versions of them, right? There's gonna be not two versions of them, but two one shots. There is, I think it's Zeb Wells with backup stories, which we'll talk about in a second. The art is by Greg Capullo, and then there's a second book that's written by Grant Morrison. I can't remember.
Oh,
The
yeah,
artist
I've
is.
seen that.
Yeah, that wasn't like a original one. You guys are getting behind the scenes stuff. Me being on.
Researching. It's so funny.
Mm-mm.
If y'all hear barking, it's my little dog gets frustrated because my older dog is just laying there. He like gets pissed off that he's just laying, so he'll go bark at him. Like, come on, man, let's do something. Just laying there peacefully. You can't take it.
Hey guys, this is the real stuff. Don't worry. In post. Also, we have some. While I'm looking this up, we had some. Claude had sent some comments on YouTube, and I totally did not even see that until the last second.
Yeah,
So,
a religion tier list. His comments, he's cracking me up. Yeah, I was looking for the chat and I just found it like a second
Same.
ago.
Same. After the political talk, you should do a religion tier list. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah, they're all tier E.
I never saw VR Troopers. Beetleborgs was my jam. Yeah, VR Troopers was, I think, objectively the worst. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, and I think that it was like, it, what was? I remember hearing something about it. Galaxy, Secret Galaxy did a thing about it, and they talked about how it was made in comparison to the other, like Power Rangers and all that. Like,
Like, yeah, tokusatsu shows.
yeah, the way that
Americanized.
they Americanized them. The one, um, that one was weird. It was like the way that they pulled it all together, very strange.
It was so weird. Is that Saban as well? I can't
Yeah, I think
remember.
so.
Damn, Saban was just cleaning up back then.
Yeah, dude.
It was the worst. Beetleborgs, I loved it as a kid. I just like, I don't know. I guess bugs.
I think the suits, yeah, were really
Yeah,
cool.
because I like Common Rider too. So I think any bug related tech hero, I won't have to talk to my therapist about that.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this something? Is there something
this?
here?
Something here? They're like, I don't know. You tell me. I'm like, no, 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 no. I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, you do your job. Hey, okay, I got it. Let's see. Oh, let's finish these. The host with the most ghosts. Halloween episode. I gotta write that down. I think I'm Willie starting to White Jurassic Park. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
My wife got pissed at one of the new commercials. It's not even a real dinosaur. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Once
Yeah,
they start getting real dinosaurs in those movies, then I'm all in.
the Indominus Rex or whatever was the one. I was like, what is this? It turns invisible? No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, like dinosaurs are already scary.
Yeah.
Why do you have to make a scarier dinosaur?
But this one,
There's not a character in these movies that are like, they see a T Rex and they're like, eh,
this one
been there,
has
done that.
laser teeth.
Yeah, right.
I
This one
think
has
they-
two rows of teeth like a shark, so he's a little bit scarier.
I think that was the plot of the last movie, or the first of this trilogy, whatever.
He had
Is-
laser teeth.
No, 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 no. That they didn't care. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was like passe.
Yeah,
That
they were
was
like,
the-
meh, not cool.
yeah.
He's got tiny arms.
Yeah, who cares?
Jesus. Well, they should give him robotic arms.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I would watch that. I want to watch one where he's got like big, like real big
And he
arms.
controls them with like a little, like the game pads. That's like the...
Oh man, we just
Yeah,
made
that
it.
would be great. Let us do Jurassic Park.
Yeah, let us do everything. We're just
Yeah, well, they should, man. Just
we're
give us the
script
keys.
fixers.
Yeah, just give us the
Honestly-
keys to the kingdom.
I was thinking about that more and more. I heard something recently about like script fixers, and I was like, dude, that's
We should do
me
it.
and Lex are script fixers for sure. Like we can punch up jokes, we
Yeah,
can
we should
make
do
it
it.
make sense.
Yeah, because it's essentially just like consultants, right?
Kind of, yeah. It really comes down to basically like making it make sense.
Yeah. Or not. Just make it entertaining.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of that. They don't need help.
All right, back on track. Deadpool Batman. It's coming out late 2025, September, if I'm mistaken. The first one shot will be written by Zeb Wells and illustrated by Greg Capullo. I have high hopes for that. Greg Capullo's Batman's always great.
Hmm.
And Zeb Wells, I think Zeb Wells is a talented writer, and hopefully this will get some people off of his back
Here
because
he has a great ska band as well.
he does. He does. Then in December, I don't know how I forgot this. This is idiotic.
Mhm.
December, there's a second one shot that is Batman Deadpool. Very clever, switching the titles around, or switching the names around.
Yeah.
And this one is written by Grant Morrison, so it's going to be weird and it's going to be great. It's going to be really heady stuff. I'm already going to love it. And it's illustrated by Dan Mora.
Yeah.
Duh.
Sold.
It could be written by anyone and illustrated by Dan Mora.
Can you just not write anything in there?
Yeah, written by a third grader named Timothy and illustrated by Dan Mora. Sold. I'll take 3 copies.
Take
The
every
premise
copy
of it
that.
is Wade Wilson is hired for a job in Gotham City because We don't. It's a comic book. We don't need to explain why they're crossing over into different universes. I
Hmm.
think we need to. That needs to be more commonplace. Like it's okay. It's a comic book.
Yeah.
It puts him in the crosshairs of the world's greatest detective, Sherlock Holmes. Plus, there's backup adventures that features other characters, which is what we'll talk about in this week's episode.
Are you
But
serious with the Sherlock?
no, it's Batman.
Okay, I was like, you. That was see, you did it. You made a joke and
I
completely
tried.
straight face.
I tried.
Great, sold that shit.
Oh my gosh. Initial thoughts, man. First crossover in 20 years. What do you think of it being Batman and Deadpool?
Now I think I'm starting to like Deadpool. I don't have a lot of fondness for Deadpool, really.
Hmm.
May because I find him obnoxious. I mean, I know that's the point, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't. I like Batman, but I do feel like if they lean into the absurdities of Batman with Deadpool, like if they break
Yeah.
the fourth wall and they're like, "Hey, how did he do that? That doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense." That kind of shit, then I'm in.
Yeah.
Uh, because we all know that, you know, Batman has just gotten like overpowered to the point of superhuman abilities.
Yeah.
And
He
everybody's
definitely
like,
has superpowers.
yeah, but everybody will pretend that it's prep time. Um, so yeah, if they lean into that, I think it'll be great.
um, my initial thoughts were like, blah. I don't like Deadpool. Not I'm just not a huge fan of it, of the character. And the movies are fine. The
Yeah,
movies are probably the better. I wouldn't say better. There are some good stories, but even the movies are just fine to me. Like people talk about just how amazing the third one was,
yeah.
and like
Did you watch
I,
it?
I just I just don't agree. Was it fun and wacky, and was there some like haha that's great moments?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the whole thing.
Some breath through the nostrils moments, like you know.
Yeah, yeah, very. Oh, that's great. That'll make a great clip later. Like this movie is just a bunch of clips put together.
Right. Yeah, that's the way I felt about it too. And just thinking about it, like it's really difficult to, I don't know, to explain to people that and like Spider-Man,
Yeah,
uh home no, fuck. What's the last one? Whatever.
No Way Home.
No Way Home, Homecoming, Homeboys, Spider-Man
Yeah,
Homeboys. Anyway,
homeschooled.
uh um I just imagine Spider-Man Homeschool like it's some kid with I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Anyway, um, but yeah, people act like they're like the end all be all, and they're really just fan service, like the worst kind of
Yeah.
fan service.
Well,
Uh,
I think after Endgame, that's all people want is every movie to be like a culmination of 20 movies but they don't want the 20 movies. They just
yeah,
want
yeah,
the big movie. And then that's not a slight against Endgame. Of course, it was an experience like at the theater. It was definitely worth the hype, right? But I don't
hmm
think Deadpool is close to the same caliber. I thought it was again, it's just fine. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, for sure.
yeah. It's fun.
Uh,
Like you said, it did what it was supposed to do.
Spider-Man:
Entertain
No Way
you.
Home probably enjoyed it a little bit more just because I like Spider-Man a lot, and very fan servicey to see the old Spideys again too. So yeah, good movie though. Like objectively, probably not. Scorsese was right.
Yeah, objectively not. Um,
That's probably my biggest hot take of like comic book movies is like everybody was up in arms about Scorsese saying they were like amusement park movies or like just mainly fan service, and I'm like,
yeah,
you're not really wrong,
right.
right? I'm not saying that there aren't outliers, but for the most part, yeah, that's what it is. It's like going to Six Flags.
Six Flags. Yeah.
If you don't know what Six Flags are, you're
Are you
lucky.
even American?
Count yourself lucky. I was like, again, I hate to be the person that's been asking for something for 20 years and then being like, never mind. But then I also know my other thought was, well, I have to support this. They have to get my $6 or $8, however much they're going to charge for this. Because if I don't support this now, then I'm never going to get my Mr. Terrific versus Mr. Fantastic Mathlete Decathlon one
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
They're
Gotta
not.
see
They're
that.
going to not make any more if I don't support this one. So a little underwhelmed. The creative teams are worth it alone, though, right? I think there'll be some good story. The 2 one shots will be really good.
It makes you wonder if these were, if they were pushing these
Hmm.
as creators more than the companies themselves. Because
Yeah.
if they've got their best of the best behind it, it seems like it's more than just like, I don't know, more than just the company.
Yeah.
Because and maybe there's more, but more will come from it because it seems like, I don't know, that they're putting their best foot forward anyway.
Yeah. And I get it, right? I definitely get it. Batman's not even arguably DC's biggest character. He just is.
Hmm.
He's the detective in Detective Comics. He's the biggest character they got. Obviously, Superman is the template superhero, but Batman is just by far their most popular character. And with the fanboys of the Deadpool movies, he is a popular character for like
18 to
not like
35
there
year
are
olds.
they do have Deadpool comic book fans. I'm not saying they don't, but it's predominantly like comic book movie fans or just like nerd pop culture fans that love Deadpool.
Hmm.
And so in a way to maybe appeal to those people and get them to come to comic book shops and support this, I get it. They're 2 big characters. From a marketing standpoint, it's huge. Huge, eye-catching headlines, Deadpool and Batman teaming up. I get it. It's fine. It's
I'm gonna get some flack for this, but the average Deadpool fan to me, like people that are really, really big Deadpool movie fans, are like the episode of Always Sunny where it's Dee's dating an R-word person and he's like laughing at the TV with popcorn falling out of his mouth. Like that's what I picture most of the time. Like people
yeah.
that are like really, 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 really into it, like think that it is cinema
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
all
Those are the
caps.
people that um quote Family Guy as their personality.
Yeah, yeah. I like dating profile.
Yeah, yeah. And this is no offense to you. That's actually very offensive
Yeah, what I
to
said
you
was offensive. It's fine.
if you're if you're a hardcore Deadpool fan. He's fine. And there are Deadpool stories that I like. Just typically not my favorite character. And this is complainy, silly stuff. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I am excited for them to be crossing over again. Um, but what I'm more excited about is the backup stories in this one shot.
Mhm.
This was announced last week, I think. Um, we're getting a Daredevil Green Arrow crossover, or Daredevil Green Arrow, Captain America, Wonder Woman, and Jeff the Land Shark and Crypto. So I think Kevin Smith and Adam Kubert are doing Daredevil and Green Arrow. Chip Zdarsky and Terry Dodson are doing Captain America, Wonder Woman, and Kelly Thompson and not even going to try to pronounce the artist's name. I apologize. Are doing Crypto and Jeff the Land Shark. All again bangers.
Yeah, it seems fun. Like the Jeff and Crypto seems really fun.
Yeah,
I don't know shit about Jeff other than Marvel Rivals, Marvel
Marble
Wobbles.
Wobbles.
Um, but I mean, I like him on that, so I'm sure he'll be
Yeah.
great in comic.
If they were ever going to do a crossover movie, like animated crossover movie, that would be printing money.
Yeah,
Crypto and Jeff the Land Shark,
I definitely love Crypto from like the previews. I'm like,
but
that's
not Dwayne
great.
the Rock Johnson.
No. Um, yeah, seeing the previews with Crypto in the Superman movie has me pretty much all in on that because I'm like, yeah, don't make him obey. He's a damn dog. How are you gonna train a
Yeah,
super dog?
yeah. Dogs that can fly, terrifying.
Yeah, yeah. Shit.
And we'll talk about this in our Superman episode. But some people are like pissed about Crypto being in the movie. People that like the
Edge
Man of
Lords.
Steel.
Yeah, they're like, oh, but maybe he'll have to choke out the dog like I am Legend, and it'll be good.
Yeah, right. Maybe like Luthor will shoot the dog in the head, and Superman will
Yeah,
have to. Superman will have to kill Lex Luthor in retaliation.
yeah, yeah. Like the cops, they come in, shoot somebody's dog. Yeah.
Which one of these catch your eye?
To me, I always love a good Daredevil story, so I'm
Same.
kind of interested in that one. I don't care so much about Green Arrow, so it's
I like
almost.
Green Arrow.
I mean, I do like him. Um,
Mhm.
Oliver North, it's great. I'm just kidding.
I like when they give him his silly little hat.
Yeah, no, I loved like the Robin Hood Green
Yeah.
Arrow.
I don't like when they try to make him cool with like the hood and tactical gear and stuff. I like him when he looks like Robin Hood.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. In fact, if you ever wanted to, if they ever wanted to write it in as part of the fiction that he is like, oh, this is like distracts people because
Yeah.
they're making fun of me. Um,
Yeah.
that would be great. But yeah, I do like Green Arrow and I like Daredevil a lot. And it kind of makes me
Mhm.
wonder if they paired those up because they're not really B tier, but uh, I don't know. They're kind of like the street level, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, who else would you do with Daredevil? You know?
Batman. But they've already done that twice, I think.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like in that particular matchup, it feels like Daredevil will be doing the heavy lifting. But either way,
Yeah. Yeah. You got a guy with expert level Olympic eyesight, never misses. And then you got a guy that can't see at all.
no eyesight. Yeah,
Yeah, so that'll be kind of cool. Like you and I, we've talked about it on the show all the time. We're huge Daredevil fans, so I'm excited about it. It could have been it. It could have been Daredevil with any of these characters, and I would have been all in.
they should have. They should make Green Arrow deaf, and then it could be like "Hear No Evil, See No Evil." That
Oh, that would be cool.
movie with Gene Wilder and
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor. Yeah, thank you.
And I said it like that because I it was on the tip of my tongue too.
Oh,
I don't
good.
know why.
It
I
wasn't
don't know.
like you racist prick pushing
Duh.
me. Yeah, Richard Pryor. Hello.
No, I couldn't. It was more talking to myself because I couldn't think of it either.
Yeah, it just
I was
disappeared.
about to say Gene Wilder, but then you had said Gene Wilder.
Yeah, it
Oh,
completely
Gene Wilder,
disappeared.
dumbass.
Yeah.
And Captain America, Wonder Woman is interesting. I don't think I would have paired those two together, so that's good. That'll be good to see.
I like the idea of like I think that they both kind of get caught up in like what is justice
Yeah,
for them. She's always like she goes out to the wider world, but obviously her main concern is the mascara. And I think with him, like it's like Captain America's Captain America, but it depends on who's writing him right now.
hmm
It's like I don't maybe that character wouldn't necessarily want to represent America. Like he represents what America should stand for,
yeah.
but there's like bad shit going on.
Yeah. Like the idealist version
So,
of America,
yeah, so I think it could be pretty interesting and
and they both use shields.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Simon's giving like a real
Yeah.
connection between them. Like, yeah, they both use shields, man.
They use shields. They got stars on them.
Oh, Captain America has interacted with the at this point now the Trinity, and I don't know if any other character has interacted with him like that. He fights Batman in Marvel versus DC, like that's his like counter opponent. That's his opponent in Marvel versus DC, and then in Amalgam, he fuses with Superman,
Hmm.
and now he's teaming up with Wonder Woman.
That's pretty cool.
Good job, Captain America.
We did
You're
it.
all right, dude.
Mhm.
And Jeff the Land Shark and Crypto, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
They're
we
both
did.
adorable.
Do a fun one.
Yeah, this is something for everybody, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
that reads comics.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, and you do like it feels very, what's the word I'm looking for? It seems like they put a lot of thought into this from a marketing standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
With the popularity of Daredevil just happening, I don't know, Green Arrow. I'm
That
sure there's some Arrow fans out there that are still clamoring for more Green Arrow. But the popularity of Daredevil, um, and then the cuteness from Jeff the Land Shark and Crypto, both of those characters are in in popular with audiences right now, thanks to Rivals and the upcoming Superman movie. Obviously, Deadpool and Batman are the biggest names, respectively, for their franchises. So I get it.
the the Green Arrow one to me is the most not like questionable, but is the probably the strangest decision.
Yeah,
Um, so I am curious what that's going to be like because it's just so odd.
it is odd. It is very odd. Um, if you could put together, if you had creative control, what Marvel and DC crossover would you do?
Hmm.
I know I put you
Oh,
on the spot with this. It could
yeah. That
be anything,
I'm trying to think. I
and I
think
can go first.
yeah. Go first. You got an
I
idea.
would do a Doctor Doom, Lex Luthor crossover book.
Mm,
Now, I
green.
know we get heroes all the time, right? Hero focused books, but it's Doctor Doom has solo series, like mini runs all the time, and they're all really good. And I think Lex Luthor is a good enough antagonist that those because Doctor Doom is an antagonist, but it's such a weird thing because people love him so much that he can be the main character of a book, and having those two play off of each other would be really cool. I
Yeah,
think.
I think it would be cool. I the it depends again. I think it all depends on who, like, what version of the character. Like, if you have like the
Yeah.
cosmic Doctor Doom, which is kind of his main deal,
Hmm.
and just like Lex Luthor as Lex Luthor, then it's kind of like what is Lex Luthor pool.
Yeah.
But I do think, and they green, they both like
Yeah.
green. Great pairing.
Green, the color of evil.
Yeah, especially that particular color of green. Um, Man, I really don't know. I think I'm trying to think outside of popular characters, and it's like my brain is completely devoid of
Yeah.
any thought there. Maybe like Quicksilver and Flash. That would be kind of neat, I guess.
Yeah.
Seeing how they would kind of control the speed, because I mean, like the Flash is supposed to be this whole Speed Force thing, whereas Quicksilver's
Hmm.
just fast. So I'm kind of curious, like what they would do with that if they would try
Yeah.
to make something analogous to that in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Or if Quicksilver could tap into the Speed Force would be cool,
Yeah,
making them faster. I think another good one would be the Terrifics and the Fantastic Four. And
yeah,
the Terrifics is like paying homage to the Fantastic Four, with the smart guy, the brute, Ghost Girl, and Plastic Man. And I think that would be a fun one.
yeah. I'd like to see a Blue Beetle of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a Spider-Man one or if that's like a
Like Jaime Reyes.
yeah, and I don't know, maybe that's a Miles Morales Spider-Man
That would be cool.
crossover.
Miles and Blue Beetle would be great. Miles and Static Shock. I know Static is not Static Shock. I hate when people call him Static Shock. That just rolled off the tongue.
Jeez, look at you.
Miles and Static would be cool. I know he's in
Oh, that would be a
you
good
know
pair.
Milestone, which is sort of its own universe in the DC world and its own imprint. But I just think that'd be cool. I think it'd be like the perfect crossover. Those two
Yeah,
characters.
yeah, that would be a new one. I think that's probably the best answer.
And I think doing something like I just always love seeing Batman Beyond. So seeing obviously like Batman Beyond and Spider-Man 2099,
Yeah,
both would be So good. I mean, Batman Beyond comic books are hit or miss, and I think the same thing with Spider-Man 2099. So things like this, it just seems like an easy win, especially if you can call back to. And I get fussed at on the internet for making this comparison, but especially if you make um, a joke about Batman Beyond's Rogues Gallery basically being Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery,
Yeah.
and play into that and how funny it's like, hey, wait a second, these are all like
Yeah,
the original Spider-Man's bad guys.
Yeah, these are very close.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty funny. So I think the perfect ones for me would be Static and Miles, and then Batman Beyond. That's 2 Spider-Man books.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That'd be cool.
Oh well. Spider-Man's the best.
Spider-Man is the best.
I try to think about who else. Like Iron Man and Blue Beetle. Jaime Reyes would be cool.
Maybe Ironheart,
Yeah.
and only because like the more inexperienced, I think, rather than it would be cool if it were like Irons and the Blues or something, so that you have like
Oh, they have like Ted Cord
yeah,
and Tony, and then Riri and Jaime Reyes.
yeah,
That would be cool. I like that.
figured it out. We got it.
I like that a lot. All right, we gotta let us do it, guys.
We found your best-selling book.
We did it. You're welcome.
For free.
And yeah, that's it. That's all we want to talk about on this week's episode. If you guys have your favorite, if you have some ideas that we didn't list, I'd love to hear them because I thought that I would have a lot more than that. Obviously, the easy answer is any crossover besides Batman and Deadpool. I'd like to see.
Yeah, it's like, and that's the thing. It's like you ordered ice cream and you got like pralines, which I really like that ice cream. But I'm saying like you got ice cream and it's still, or like pizza and it's a little burnt. You're like,
Yeah.
this isn't exactly, this is kind of wasted calories. I'm still gonna eat this.
Still pizza.
And I love pizza, but
Yeah.
this isn't exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If you guys have some good ones, let us know what you think. Give us some new ideas. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of like, we did a team book, we did a villain book, we did a hero book. I really like that. Now I can't stop thinking about that Iron People and Beetle People book.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Have them switch armors. I always like when they switch up technology.
Yeah, that'd be cool because it like Blue Beetle is organic.
Yeah, and then have the AI from Iron Man working with Jaime Reyes and Ted Cord.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna write it.
Let's do it.
All right, Moral. GC, you're welcome.
Just write it. Make a test script. What do they call it? Spec.
Yeah. Let's do that. Well, guys, we're circling the drain. Let us know what your favorite crossovers would be. Let us know what you think about these upcoming ones. And
yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Are there any? Yeah, I'm very curious if there's anything that really catches y'all's eyes or not at all. Tell us why you're disappointed, but don't.
Also, also let us know what creative teams you would like to see on this. And that's one thing I didn't even think about. And I really don't want to sit here and rack my brain like this, all the dead air for me, like putting together team.
I couldn't remember a single. Lex tells me who to like, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I do like that.
Okay, for the sake of the conversation, I will give one creative team that I would love to see a Marvel and DC book from, and that is written by Daniel Warren Johnson and illustrated by Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Literally any book.
But if you had to pick for his style, because it's universal, right? But
yeah,
if one of the like any of those that we mentioned, what one would you be like? Nah, he has to do this one.
For any of the ones that we picked, I honestly don't know if any of those would work for what I would think. It would have to be like, it would be something like, not really, we see these crossovers from the lens of like main character versus main character. But what I would like to see instead maybe like a 2-part series or even like an anthology with a couple of different one shots of like the Incredible Hulk takes on Superman's Rogues Gallery, or Spider Man takes on Batman's Rogues Gallery,
Hmm.
right? Like, I would like to see a Daniel Warren Johnson do like Spider Man versus Gotham City
That would be cool.
rather than like him teaming up with Batman. Like, Batman's missing, Spider Man's in Gotham and trying to survive the night versus all of Batman's villains.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because like Batman's villains are so super serious. I don't
Hmm.
know. Like, I feel like he would come out pretty psychologically scarred.
Yeah, yeah. I think that'd be cool. Or like Superman versus Superman surviving in Asgard, like versus all of Thor's.
Oh yeah, because he's vulnerable to magic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So Superman trying to survive against the. I'm not going to sit here and try to list Thor's rogues gallery, but that I think that would be cool. Like taking a main character and putting him in a the opposite, not opposite, but like taking a Marvel character and putting him in the DC world
Mm-hmm.
rather than like Superman meets the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
You give the villains, because you also get the chance to have like the villains be the more important part of the story than like Batman being taking up the spotlight. So
I
yeah,
think it
Daniel
could
Warren
be cool.
Johnson, Spider-Man versus Gotham City.
I also, just on that thread, think it would be neat to see like a one shot where I don't know, like he works with someone like Bruce Banner comes over to the DC universe and the whole thing is like him getting a cure or something, like a
Mm,
cure for the Hulk or
yeah,
something along those lines. I don't know. Where like instead of Spider-Man fixing, like somebody comes over and like cures the Joker and like reforms all these criminals. It would be
yeah,
kind of interesting.
yeah. That'd be cool. I have a new Daniel Warren. This is it. This is my last one, guys. Daniel Warren Johnson book, Marvel versus DC. I'm gonna, because I gave you like an idea of what I'd like to see, but this is the hero versus hero book that we traditionally get. Daniel Warren Johnson, Wonder Woman, Dead Earth versus the Incredible, not Incredible Hulk, Maestro from like the
Mm.
old Hulk with the beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to
That's
see those two go at it.
that's cool. Like how?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Go at it. Like to see him go at
Ew.
it. And also
That'd
fight.
be that'd be wild though. In his style, you don't even need any words for it.
Yeah.
You just have them
That would
beating the
be
crap out of each other.
that'd be really cool. Yeah, she was fearless.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's it.
We
We're
did it.
circling drain. Now I'm gonna think about that for the rest of the day. Basically creating Fortnite the comic book. You know, they should
Fortnite.
have just did that. They should have just had the crossover in that.
It's probably what's
Oh
coming.
well, that's probably what's coming. Damn it,
I
jinxed
got
it. All right,
I
we're
got
circling drain. Let us know your ideal dream crossovers, your ideal dream creative teams, and let us know what you think about the upcoming Marvel versus, not Marvel versus, Marvel DC crossovers.
you know my favorite crossover? Wednesday
Allen
toast.
Iverson.
Wednesday toast.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too.
Allen Iverson, I
Uh,
don't know.
we are circling the drain. We'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.